Live from Austin, Texas, in my spare bedroom, this is the Thank You For Your Service podcast. I am comedian, retired professional war hero, butthole enthusiast, lover of women's feet, Jason Vest. How is everybody doing? Today I have a special guest. She's a stand-up comedian. She produces her own comedy shows. She is the founder and CEO of Casa Anica, which is an online sex toy retail site thingy. Please welcome Daniela LaFave to the Thank You For Your Service podcast.
Thanks so much for having me, bud.
I'm glad, man. You're one of the first people I met in the Austin scene. You're one of the first people to book me on a stand-up comedy show, and I'm excited to have you on the podcast. And I'm excited to just sit there and rap with you a little bit because you a freak like me. All right, for the viewers, like I said, Miss Daniela owns Casa Anica, which is an online sex toy site. You can find it on Instagram. You have a website too, right?
Yes, it's casa-anica.com.
All right. Can you give me a little history of Casa Anica? It sounds like a Mexican restaurant, but you slinging dildos. What? You slinging dildos and butt plugs. Where did Casa Anica come from? And
so I had always wanted to have like a sex toy store. I've been super into sex toys since I was in college, which is weird because I went to college when I was 16. So I was just pervy from an early age. And then when I got laid off from a corporate job, because it turns out corporations don't like autism, which I have. I was like, all right, well, what can I do? I know how to run an e-commerce business because I've done that in agencies before. I'm in digital marketing professionally. And I was like, all right, but I don't want to deal with returns and I want to deal with something I actually like. Sex toys is kind of all of those things. And all sales final. Sorry, guys. Just, do your research. I'll help you find the exact thing that you're looking for. But yeah, if it's been inside you, I can't take it back. It's not right.
Do you get people that actually try to return sex toys?
Never.
Never?
No, I mean, but part of that is because I do help them find the thing that they're looking for. I love doing consultations with people. So, yeah.
People do that?
Oh, yeah. People talk to me about their sex stuff all the time. I fucking love it.
Like, do you have is your inbox just full of, Dear Daniela, I love getting my butthole played with, but I've never had a butt plug. Do you have any recommends? You get that?
Yeah, I do. And I like doing that kind of thing. Like, it's not going to be like 4 hours of me chatting with you about it, but it'll be like, hey, I'm looking for kind of like an entry level butt plug, and I'm thinking about getting a glass one. Do you have glass butt plugs that are like kind of on the small side? And I'll be like, yeah, bud, let me hook you up. I got a few of them.
Let's rewind here.
Yeah,
we're talking glass butt plugs.
Yeah,
it's like hypoallergenic,
body safe, organic.
You can heat it up in the microwave if you want a little warm, because I gotta imagine a glass butt plug would be rather cold if it's not warmed up.
Yeah, you can, like, any glass toy for the most part, you can like boil, or like some people like to do that to like disinfect between partners, which is a smart thing to do. Be safe, everyone. Yeah, you can put them in the freezer. Some people are really into temperature play, so you can. Like, I'm personally a big enthusiast of glass toys. Let me rephrase that. I'm personally really into glass toys because they're so safe and they're so versatile, and people are like, what? They think they're like gonna break or something. Like, it's just gonna be like this skinny little thing. Like, no, they're thick, they're hefty, and like they've got this density to them that just feels awesome.
Guys, you've heard it here first on the Thank You For Your Service podcast. Use glass sex toys. They will save you from getting a butthole infection or like a pussy infection. And I'm just like, I wouldn't have known this. And now the viewers know. It's like, listen, you're putting something in your pussy. It should be glass. And it should be boiled and washed before you do it.
It's good to be smart. It's good to be safe. And before I did this professionally, before I was the chief executive officer of Good Vibes, I would like... If I was at a guy's house, I wouldn't want to use his sex toys because people in general are disgusting. But like there was this guy that I hooked up with once in Bloomington, Illinois. Bloomington. I drove from Champaign to Bloomington for this hookup. I should not have driven from Champaign to Bloomington for this hookup.
That's like a couple hours.
That's
right?
A couple hours in the winter.
Damn.
Yeah. And he self-identified as a dom on OkCupid, which should have been the first red flag, but I was like 21 and horny, so lesson learned. So I get to his place and I'm like, when was the last time you cleaned your toys? And he was like, cleaned? I'm like,
So a guy tried to like put dirty sex toys inside of you.
I did not let him get that close. My pants remained on and we watched, I don't remember what we watched, but it was a Netflix and Pop-Tarts kind of a night after that.
Wow.
Yeah, and he had like some like poem on the wall, like, this is the Dom's creed. I'm like, ugh, fuck yourself.
Oh, so he was
Bro.
just... No. If you've got like a creed like that on the... No.
Like, this was like before memes were like super popular too, so I'm just like, you really had to go looking for this. Like, you really, and you printed that. And like, you're a millennial with a printer and you printed that on the wall instead of some 1099s and shit. I demand to know the series of choices that led to this in your life, bud. Like, what's going on here?
I think I'm not really freaked out that the guy tried to use dirty sex toys. Is that you were on fucking OkCupid? That's a ratchet ass site.
It wasn't ratchet when I was in college. That's where like the nerdy guys who were like scared to talk to women hung out. I met like a fucking aerospace engineer on that site back in the day, and he was amazing in bed. Did not have a couch in his living room, just had like a squat rack. And yeah, I think of him often. He had like a really, really good dick.
So I was a serial online dater. I'm an OG. I'm 45 years old.
Yep.
I was dating online. I was back in the chat rooms. I picked up women on Yahoo Pool. That's how old I am. I'm age, sex, location. I met my wife on Match.com.
Aww.
Back when people used Match.com.
Yeah.
People they don't use that shit anymore. But I know a little bit about OkCupid. OkCupid had the surveys.
They did. They had a lot of surveys. You know, it didn't have surveys. Craigslist personals. We can talk about some Craigslist personals.
You met someone on Craigslist personals?
Oh God, I met so many people on Craigslist personals. So I am a primarily online dater. I'm told dudes are scared to talk to me. Can't imagine why. So like, yeah, like online dating, I've been with that since, God, like forever ago. I don't even know. Like, I think eCrush was the first one I used.
Oh, wow. So you're OG. Yeah,
OG.
I got it. Yeah.
Like, there was no hope for me. MySpace. MySpace. Yes. I met so many dudes on MySpace. Holy Toledo.
Yeah. I mean, that was what it was. So that's how it started. Like MySpace, age, sex, location. You get in someone's DMs, ASL
every time.
That's how I met my wife.
Really?
ASL. Yeah. She was like 24, Sterling Heights, Michigan, and female. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Age, sex, location. You guys don't know what we had to do back then to get laid. We don't have to do back then to get laid. It was a lot harder.
It was so hard.
Before cell phones, before text messaging, before any of this, when you had to talk to each other. I had a Nextel phone. Like
my dad had a Nextel phone.
A little walkie-talkie built into it, too. Melissa texted me for the very first time, and I was like, I didn't know what to fucking do. I'd never text messaged before. That's how long ago we met online.
And y'all are still together.
We're still together. Our first date, she brought her entire family. So like we met at a Buffalo Wild Wings. We're going to a movie. I show up and there's 14 fucking Italians. 14 Italians. It was going to be my mother-in-law, and that's how I met my wife. And she was like, I'm not meeting some random dude on the internet without backup.
You know what? I respect this test. And like, I come from a big immigrant family too. I'm half Honduran. I don't look like it.
No.
Yeah. I like, if my family weren't so big and spread out, I would totally bring my big immigrant family on a date. Actually, if I could just like bring my one dad, like I have DID, disapproving immigrant dad.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So my dad is more unhinged than any podcast.
That's like my mom. My mom is completely unhinged. So, like, I got a foot fetish. And the big reason I got a foot fetish is because of my mom.
Really?
Oh, my God, dude. I'm a god, dude. Because this is going to be fucked up. But the reason I have a foot fetish is my mom made me trim her toenails when I was 8 years old.
I can relate, yeah.
And she'd come here, she'd be like, time to trim mommy's nails. And I'd sit down and she had thick ass nails, right? And I'd had to trim with my teeth. And every day she'd trim mommy's nails and she'd put her feet in my hands and I bit them out. And I did that till I was 15 years old.
Okay, well, my mom didn't make me do anything like that. It was more like the minty, foot cream because she was a runner and she'd get sore a lot. So, okay, we just had very different experiences with our mom's feet that shaped who we are today.
Yeah, people are like, why do you like feet? And I'm like, I like feet because I have mommy issues. Major mommy issues. My mom and I don't speak.
Yeah. Oh, damn, I'm sorry.
Because I hosted the butthole contest. And so I hosted the butthole contest and she's like, fuck you. I want nothing to do with you. She's like, you're a disgrace to your family.
So the butthole contest was just a bridge too far.
Apparently. And she was like, Jason, what is your grandmother going to think?
So it really tainted your whole relationship,
It tainted my entire relationship with my mom. And then she's like, are you getting paid to host that damn butthole contest? How much fucking money are they fucking paying you, Jason? And we'd go places and they'd be like, that's the butthole guy. And she would just be like, she gets mad because they get recognized in public and stuff for it. And I was all the way in Wyoming. Cody, Wyoming. Cowboy country. Where they filmed the TV show Yellowstone. I did a show out there. And I got recognized on the street. This guy goes, I want to see your butthole. And it was hilarious. I about died. I signed an autograph. The kid was shaking. He was terrified. He thought I'm like, hey man, I'm just an average man that hosted a butthole contest at a strip club in Lansing, Michigan.
And you can too.
Yes, I'm no one special. Dream big, people. Dream big.
So was your mom upset because now you're not the guy who nibbled mommy's toes like they're a crunch wrap, but now you're the butthole guy, not the thick toes guy.
Not the thick toes guy,
not the mommy toes guy.
I've always been the mommy toes guy. I love feet. I love me some feet. I love women's feet. 8 to 10.
Oh, thank you.
I give you 8 to 10. I grade tough.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, and it's no. Like I said, very few people get a 10 out of 10 out of me. Very few people get a 10 out of 10. All right, 8 to 10. You're doing good.
I'm getting my roses today.
All right,
my toes has got roses.
I was a very, very popular adult entertainer. She's a 6 to 10. I told her, you need to get some stunt feet, bitch. You need to. You can't be showing them dogs. Like, no one's gonna pay top dollar for that. I mean, I'm so far into it, Daniela. This is where I'm at with this foot stuff. I know the different styles of feet based on your toe box.
Really?
So, like, if you your pinky toe matches the big toe and it's symmetrical and it doesn't go down.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You got Greek feet.
Greek feet.
And Greek feet are worth a lot of money on the internet. There's a new article. If you got Greek feet, they're worth $30,000 a year.
God dang. Okay, so I do have a free OnlyFans, and I'm totally comfortable not paywalling my feet. Should I be paywalling my feet?
Wait. We need to. This is new information here. You have an OnlyFans account.
I do.
You sell feet?
I can sell feet. Yeah.
Have you sold feet?
I have sold feet.
What? Okay. What's the price?
I think I sold it for $3 a pop. Nothing. I want to keep it accessible.
So $3 is that for each $3 each foot, or is that $3 for a spread of foot pics? You doing different things, spreading the toes,
I mean, it was just a still of my feet, and people paid the $3 for it. It was just oh, haha, I'm standing on the back deck. Boop.
Wow.
I just got my toes done. Nerp.
Or see what I would do. And I love feet, and I get on OnlyFans, and I love OnlyFans, and that's why I'm there, is for the feet.
Yeah.
I'm not there for the pussy, the butthole, none of that. I'm there for the feet.
Interesting.
I only get on OnlyFans for the feet.
What kind of content should I be doing on OnlyFans for my feet?
I think you should be picking things up.
Okay.
I think you should be I don't know if you could flexible, if you could feed yourself. There's that lady that makes brisket with her feet and stuff. Yeah, she's all over the internet.
Brisket.
Yeah, she's stirring her coffee with her big toe. That kind of stuff. I'm telling you. But my thing is, I got a lot of questions about the OnlyFans. I got a lot of questions. Because I got that vibe from you. Right? When I first met you, when we went to brunch with Tina.
Yeah.
I'm Tina don't hang out with average people. All right.
She does not.
Tina does not, and not an average person. She doesn't hang out with average people. And I'm like, this chick got an OnlyFans. She's got an OnlyFans, and either everybody knows about it or no one knows about it.
No one knows about it.
No one knows about it. But you have followers.
I have a few followers. Right now, they're all people that I know. I haven't worked very hard to market the OnlyFans. See, here's the thing. I have the OnlyFans because I have a sex toy business, and also because I'm a Highland Games athlete. So I'm out there competing in a tiny little kilt, and the kilt is tiny by my choice. I don't want the long kilt. So I wanted, like, there's a couple of different reasons why I have an OnlyFans that have nothing to do with sex. Well, tangentially, just sex. So I have that sex toy business, and you know as well as I do that algos are kind of prudish. But if I wanted to, like, do an honest review of, like, at my house, I've got a toy that licks your pussy, and it feels like the real thing. I would like to be able to talk about it without having to use, like, TikTok Muppet language about, like, oh, yeah, and it'll totally eat your orange, and, like, it has a blowing feature, and, like, I don't want to, I want to be able to just, like, hey, yeah, I've got this thing, and, like, it does suction, it forms a seal, and the tongue goes like that.
We gotta pause here, Daniela.
Yeah, what's up?
So there's a tool that'll eat your pussy for you.
Several, and I sell them all.
Guys, we're being replaced. We're being
no,
replaced.
You're not. There are so many things that toys can't do that guys can. And look, I love men. I really do. Even when they're dumb, I still love them. I love men. A toy can't kiss your forehead. It can't bring you an iced coffee after a hard day. If you wanna not get replaced by sex toys, you've got to be a person. You got to get to know that girl, and, like, you got, like, okay, so I was selling toys at a show that I was sponsoring, Ty Rivera and Friends.
Ty Rivera, hilarious.
Love him. And so, like, I had my rose toys out on my little merch table. This one guy comes up to me and he's like, those things are putting me out of business left and right. And I'm like, you must not be good company, bro.
So what you're saying is you could be replaced if you're an asshole.
If you're an asshole, you are so easily replaced. If, like, look, if I have to, like, if I'm sending my friends things that you say that are confusing and weird, you're getting replaced by a rose vibe, or the toy that I have that can eat you out, or, like, a Sibian, or, like, any of the versions of a Sibian. But, like, if you're just a cool person and, like, you make her laugh and you do nice things for her and you, like, get to know her, and, like, empathy. Oh my God, if you practice empathy, if you think of things from her perspective, oof, buddy, yeah, you're never going out of business. Your dick will stay wet.
Even if you're bad in bed.
You can learn to be good in bed.
Can you?
Yeah, and toys help with that.
Okay.
Like, toys are tools.
Okay, just a sprinkle, like a sprinkle on the cupcake, if you will.
Right.
But don't get it twisted, motherfuckers, fellas. You don't treat your woman right, you're gonna be replaced by the pussy licking machine. How much is a pussy licking machine, if you don't mind me asking? Like, what's the price of an average?
Like $50-$60. Like, pretty affordable.
Okay, so
and I have discount codes.
$50 or $60. $50 or $60 to get your pussy ate. You don't got to worry. For life. You don't got to worry about dealing with nobody. You don't got to be worried of the man lying to you. Yeah. You don't got to worry about any of that. $50 or $60, you're getting your pussy played with. Mm-hmm. What about sex toy dolls? Do you do any of that? Are you into that business? Or
do I sell dolls?
Yeah, like the blow-up dolls or things like that. Or...
I have them available for sale. Hardly anybody buys them. I do get a lot of men customers, but they're buying toys to make sex with women in their lives better. They're not buying strokers for them. I don't even know how many thousand strokers available for sale online. I almost never sell those. What I do sell are, like, bumpers for your dick. So, like, the big dick kings can, like, customize their insertion depth so that they're not hurting women. I got a lot of guys who buy costumes for women.
Wait. So there's guys with big dick syndrome.
Yes.
That can get some tool to where that big dick isn't as damaging to the vaginal walls, if you will.
Yep.
Wow.
What a world we live in, huh?
Wow, where a big dick guy can have sex with a small pussy chick and not split that bitch in two.
Yeah.
You know, wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. See, I don't have that problem. I'm not that big. Let's be real with you. It ain't that big. I would need something to make it bigger.
We've got those.
And I come fast. And I'm 45 years old, and I take Blue Chew. I'm not sponsored by Blue Chew.
Yet.
I need to be sponsored by Blue Chew yet.
I know a hockey team that is.
Are you really?
Yeah.
But I take Blue Chew, but there's the thing about Blue Chew. Blue Chew, you get Blue Chew dick, right? It gets hard. Yeah, it's not the same as a regular hard on. A regular erection, when I go to my 20s, I could fight crime with that motherfucker pounding nails. Hard as a rock.
Okay.
Right? Blue Chew dick, it's kind of really rock hard, almost painful hard, and then it's like a big, like, floppy, like, it's firm, but it's not 100% firm. So I think, like, I don't know if I maybe got some medical issues going on or something from the war, you know? I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking I might need to get a cock ring.
Oh, yeah, easy. I've got lots. I've got, like, I just added a new brand to the store called Creature Cocks. So if you want one that's like a Cthulhu cock ring.
Those are the alien looking, like, the alien with the tentacles and shit.
Tentacles?
You see, they're big.
They are big. Like they're tapered though. So if you do not have like Poseidon's pussy, you can still, like, you know, go in like a little bit, like maybe like, you know, 5th, 6th row of tentacles, not like the whole.
Man, you're fucking hilarious, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, I saw you, and so, like, all right, I have a breed kink. It's a big part of who I am. I got the feet, I got the breed kink, and when you had that breed kink joke, I'm like, all right, I fuck with you. You know what I mean? I fuck with you. I have a breed, but I hate kids.
Dude, hard same. And like I didn't even like have a breeding kink until I was camming. I used to be a cam model, no surprise there. And all these guys would start talking about like, oh yeah, you have these great mommy milkers, and like, I want to get you pregnant. And I was like, I've never thought about this in like a positive way before, but like I've never been with anybody that I would like be, you know, like be proud of, you know, with like in that regard, like not in a relationship context, but then like, you know, but like as a fantasy, like, ooh, yeah, you could sire my offspring. Ooh, I'm so into it.
Man, I didn't know what was wrong with me, right? And I didn't know, I'm like, man, is this normal to like have this thing to get like turned on when I was like, you know, knocking up a chick, you know, is that like a whole thing? And then I looked into it and it's like, oh, I have a breed kink.
Yeah. I mean, literally the survival of the species is founded upon a breed kink, but
yeah, it's like
we're supposed to want this.
Yeah, it's like something about getting a bitch pregnant. I don't know. And I've always been that way. So like it hasn't been something that developed over time. Like when I was like 17, when I lost my virginity, I was like, oh my God, this bitch pregnant. And I'm like, I don't know if this is normal. And for a long time, I'm thinking there's something really wrong with me. Uh-huh. And I'm thinking this goes back to trimming my mom's toenails. That was another thing too. When I told you I hosted a butthole contest, you didn't cringe. So like most people,
do people cringe?
Oh gosh, yeah. When I tell people I hosted a butthole contest at a strip club, they're like,
"Oh, well, I'd never."
Oh yeah, I would never do anything. I was a freaking rager. It stunk like shit. It smelled like shit.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
It stunk like shit. But the smelliest thing at the butthole contest was this bitch's pussy. It was not a butthole. There was a woman that entered the contest, pulled her pants down to show her butthole, and that waft from her pussy could have melted fucking paint.
Was it like that turtle tank smell?
It smelled like, yeah, turtle tank was rotting something. It was so nasty, and everyone's like, what's that smell? And I'm like, that ain't a butthole. We've been smelling buttholes all night. That odor is a little something new. That's some fucking scummy ass pussy. And I'm just sorry, people. You're coming to the 2024 prettiest butthole in Michigan happening
Wash
June
your
1st.
ass.
Wash your ass and bitch, clean your pussy too. Because it's all, and wash your balls, your dick and balls if you're a guy competing too. It just, wash. If you're coming to the prettiest, it's called the prettiest butthole in Michigan. That means prettiest looking. Yeah. That means prettiest smelling. All right? And come with a good fucking attitude, dude. A lady came last year, bitch, had an attitude.
How do you have an attitude at a butthole contest?
We didn't ask you, bitch, to show your butthole. You came asking to show your butthole on our stage, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to come in and she's like, and I'm like, no, it's because you didn't place.
You know what? You can take your stank attitude and your stank pussy someplace else. Also, on CasaAnica.com, we do have feminine wipes. There is no excuse. You have no excuse.
Now, can you use the wipes on your butthole, too?
I'm sure you can. If it's safe for your puss, it's probably like puss then butthole, probably. You know, can't be bacteria.
Front to back.
Front to back.
Front to back always.
Front to back.
You don't want to
Or just
get...
use a different wipe, you know? Like it's an abundant universe. You can wipe with different things.
Thing is you just don't want to get a butthole infection because you cleaned, you just don't want to get a butthole infection.
You don't want to get an E. coli infection in your pussy. That happened to a girl that I worked with in a call center in Kentucky with one time. And she told us about it. She told us a lot about it.
I love feet. In fact, we're going to talk about every episode of my podcast. I talk about celebrity foot crushes. I'm a big deal on Wiki Feet. I love me some Wiki Feet. I'm all over Wiki Feet. I look up celebrities' feet. That's what I do.
It's your thing.
So if I see a celebrity, I look them up, I go to Wiki Feet, and I see their score. And sometimes I think people are kind of like misjudged a little bit right now.
Okay.
This week, Thank You for Your Service podcast celebrity foot crush of the week is Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Really?
I've talked about this before. All right, and I told you guys, she's got feet pics on the internet. If you go to Wiki Feet, there are not many. She's in stocking feet, but you can see what she's working with.
Okay.
She's got good symmetry.
Does she have the Greek feet?
She doesn't have the Greek feet, but the toe length, she's little thick toes, and I was like, I love Gypsy Rose Feet.
I love those little smokies.
And what's funny is, okay, like I'm thinking Gypsy Rose needs an OnlyFans. She needs something, right? She's going through a divorce.
Oh.
It's going through a divorce, and I'm just thinking, you know what? She's going to need to raise money for her legal fees because she's going to have to pay that dude alimony. Gypsy Rose is a millionaire now. She's a boss bitch now. Dude. She's a millionaire.
As well she should be. And, like, look, I know how much it sucks having to, like, pay money to, like, the fucking piece of shit that you're leaving. I had to pay my ex My ex tried to get alimony from me. Fortunately, this is Texas, and the judge laughed. Like, I don't know. People say horrible things about Texas, and yes, the criticisms are generally fair, but if you're a dude in this state and you can work and you're trying to like squeeze your autistic wife for money, the judge is gonna tell you to go fuck yourself.
That's a good thing.
Yes,
that's a good thing. And I just hope, and this is my one hope, I'm hoping Gypsy Rose needs some extra money for her legal fees or for her alimony. She gets on OnlyFans and let them dogs out, Gypsy Rose. Let the world see what you're working with. She's right now a 10 of 10 in my book.
Really?
And she's a 10 of 10. And like she said, you only get very few feet pics of Gypsy Rose, but I suck the shit out of Gypsy Rose feet. I would. Okay. I just love it.
What do you like doing to feet? Can I ask that?
You know, I suck toes. I lick the soles. I like sometimes like when I appreciate a foot pick. I appreciate back arched a little bit with the little wrinkles.
Okay, like the little ankle wrinkles.
Mm-hmm. Like,
okay.
Yeah, or like when they spread their feet, like when they do this, like that. Okay. I like the spread toes. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, love it.
Okay, you're giving me so much like marketing advice right now. This is great. I love it.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. So for those of us that enjoy feet, we want to see painted toes. If your nails are nasty, you got the green toenails, fucking bitch, polish your toes. All right?
Get them bitches detailed.
I'm a French tip guy. I appreciate a French tip. If my OnlyFans people that I follow, if they're like, get mommy a pedicure today, I'm like, bitch, I will pay for the pedicure, but them tips better be French.
Okay. That's a fair ask.
You know, I like white toes.
White toes.
I like white toes, but I don't sleep on the black toes.
Okay.
Because I'm just going to say, black-toed women be a little more adventurous in the bedroom than white toes. Everyone's like, white-toed chicks are freaking. I'm like, don't sleep on them black-toed bitches. Because them black-toed bitches are probably goth, right? Typically, you don't see too many goth chicks with white toes. Let's just say that. And I'm just saying, if you're into some adventurous stuff, get yourself a girl that's got some black toenail polish.
I mean, it's always good life advice to get yourself a big titty goth girl.
It is. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Not a damn thing wrong with it. And one of the other things I like to do on the Thank You for Your Service podcast is I like to hear somebody's like filthy or disgusting story. It doesn't have to be sexual. It can just be anything. And so I'm going to ask you, what is the filthiest thing you've ever experienced, done, been a part of, that you feel comfortable talking about?
I never get to talk about this, but this happened probably about 10 years ago. I met this guy on Tinder, and he was a touring comedian.
Famous?
I mean, I've never heard of him, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, by the way, I'm in an open relationship. And I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you for telling me that ahead of time so I can go so I can feel okay going to eat appetizers with you, and then whatever happens, happens. I don't like it when people spring on me like, oh, I'm in an open relationship, but like only after we like agree to meet. Like, I find that like that is not ethical non-monogamy, sir. That is you manipulating me.
So you need to know. So you're not against like an ethical non-monogamous relationship, but you want to know right off the bat. Like you want to know, hey, this is what I do. Don't spring that shit on me like when we meet. Is that?
Yeah, that's more or less what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying I would ever like be part of a polycule, but like I will go on the occasional date with somebody who's part of an E&M system, whatever. I don't really care all that much. It's target practice for me, basically. It's like, hey, if you're cool and like we have a nice time together, can I just say, like, part of the problem with dating right now is that the only men who know how to treat women are guys who already have wives and girlfriends. But that's not part of this story. So I meet up with this guy. He's a comedian. We're having a really nice time. We're talking, laughing. He's actually present in the conversation. He's not just like dicking around on his phone. I'm like, oh my God, you're so hot. Like, you pay attention to me. You listen when I talk.
You're in.
I'm in.
You are locked in.
Yes. So he was about to go overseas on a USO tour, and he had just had some vaccines. We were out having a couple of drinks together, and so we go back to his hotel room watching some basketball. And bitches love. That was my face. I'm like, really, dude? Like, do you have to check the score right now? Like
you got you right there.
Like,
warmed up.
I've got basketballs. Okay, dribble those. But like, so we're watching basketball for a while. I think we would have been okay had we not watched basketball. But like, we're fooling around a little bit. Things are getting heated. Right as he's about to put the condom on, he's like, and I'm like, are you okay? And he runs into the bathroom and just starts puking his guts up. And we've had like a neat whiskey each by this point.
Okay. So
I'm like, there is no possible way you're this much of a lightweight. And he's like, oh yeah, they told me don't drink after you get these vaccines. And I'm like, okay, I think he's just gonna barf and brush his teeth. Like, maybe we're gonna be okay. No, he comes back into the bedroom, and then he's like, oh God, no. I think he's like runs and he's holding his butt, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go home. And he's like, oh, you're being so sweet about this. Thank you for understanding. I'm like, no problem. I text him the next day to check on him, and he's like, yeah, I had to go to the ER. So if they tell you don't drink on some shots, don't drink on some shots. It'll destroy perfectly good pussy that you've been working for all night.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Oh, man. And did you ever see that guy again?
No, I never saw that guy again.
Wow. And okay, my question is once we turn the cameras off, can you show me this person's Instagram?
No, this was like 10. I never got his Instagram.
Oh, okay. So this was that long ago.
This guy's a fart in the wind.
A fart in the wind.
Yeah.
Probably still touring the country.
Probably
thinks of that moment with you.
I'm sure he talks about, if he doesn't talk about this on stage, he is wasting an opportunity.
I don't know, man. Some people are real weird about that stuff, man. The weird stuff happening during sex. You know, I've been peed on and pooped on.
On purpose?
No.
Oh.
No, I've been pooped on. Been farted on.
I mean, farts just happen. Sex farts just happen.
Mm-hmm. My wife farted in my face one time.
I farted in a guy's face one time. Like, he was down there eating pussy, and I'm just like, I'm very relaxed. I'm like, blarp, like, oh, shit.
That's one of my things I'm into, though. I'm into Brazilian fart porn. You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it.
Oh, my God. It's the best thing ever. If you want to look up Brazilian fart porn, if your viewers look up Brazilian fart porn, you'll cum your pants. And it's hilarious, though, because it's these chicks, they fart, and the wind from the fart blows the hair back. I'll show you after the show. It's hilarious. And I did Brazilian fart porn, and it's like, yeah, I just jerked off some Brazilian fart porn before you got here.
Great.
I love Brazilian fart porn. I want to know if there's other countries have fart porn. Is there like French fart porn or like Japanese fart porn? I don't know, but Brazilian fart porn is definitely something.
There's definitely American fart porn. I know because I've seen stuff on eBombs World. Remember that site from back in the day? Like, there was this girl and she was like talking about like, oh, I just had these like really spicy tacos, and then she farted and like a little bit of like something extra came out, and I was like, oh god, people are into this. People are really, really into this.
Hey, one of my biggest friend and one of my good friends, and you know her, Stephanie K. Motto, sold her jars of farts on the internet.
I remember that.
Millions.
Yeah.
Millions selling her jars of farts and her panties too.
Yeah.
I sell my panties.
You know, one of my friends was complaining to me recently about all the people in his DMs trying to like get his shorts off of him. Like, he's like, but I paid good money for the shorts. I'm like, dude, you could make 3 times that selling your freaking drawers, man. Like, don't worry about the $50 you lose. Worry about the $150 that are going to come in. You can buy new shorts.
So I have
you're sitting on a gold mine, bud.
I have a spicy site. I don't talk about it much, but I have a spicy site. I have an unfiltered. Okay, I don't use OnlyFans. I have unfiltered. It's just a different site that I go through. It's the Stephanie's brand. Yeah. It's unfiltered. And I'm just starting to get followers, right? And I don't reply back to the messages. Mm-hmm. I'm a straight guy, and it's like I'm not flirting with dudes on there, nothing like that, but I'm putting pictures. I don't care who buys them or who what. And I'm wondering, would anybody buy my underwear?
Yeah, people would buy your underwear. If you're getting messages from people, like, I don't know what your ratio is, but if you're getting like gross messages from 5 people, maybe one of them would buy your
It's all
drawers.
dudes. No women are in these DMs.
Yeah.
No women are in these DMs. Okay, if women are in these DMs, they ain't trying to fuck. I'm going to tell you that with me. Okay. They're just like, I need to know more about this butthole contest.
How do I enter the butthole contest?
No, they just want to know. So, like, I don't ever get, like, oh, you're so cute from any women. Men, I want to see your feet. I want to see your dick. I want to see your butthole. I had a guy found my phone number. Aggressive. Like, and these men are, and it's hilarious, too, because they get in there, and they, like, I'm not gay, and they're like, yeah, yet. It's hilarious.
You've been married, 17 years now? When do they think this is going to happen?
I don't know, but it's funny. And I think it's funny. I think it's funny that's how I got perceived on the internet. I think it's awesome that a bunch of dudes want to get that. You know, you ain't getting it, but it's cool that a bunch of dudes
I'm so flattered. Now buy my underwear.
That cash in.
You know, do a pilot, you know, like just set aside, you know, a reserve, a few pairs of drawers you don't really like anymore. I mean, I don't know how dudes think about drawers. Like, girls we have underwear that we like. We have underwear that we can part with. Actually, like, when I was still camming, I bought like a 50-pack of drawers on Amazon, like thongs of all different kinds. Like most kinds I like would not even wear. And so I just like started wearing them to like volleyball practice or, you know, to the gym or whatever. To, like, just, you know, get them really spicy.
This is what I'm doing right now. So I normally don't wear underwear.
Okay.
I go commando.
Okay.
It's just the way it is. And when you're like a bigger dude, it's sometimes easier to roll commando because when you wear underwear, your gut kind of laps over that, like, your underwear
elastic,
thing.
Yeah.
And so, but now lately I've lost some weight. I've been wearing bikini underwear.
Ooh.
And so Melissa was like, why are you wearing underwear all of a sudden? And I'm like, what the fuck do you think I'm wearing this underwear? I want a new camera. I want some new camera equipment. And eventually what I got on now will be available for purchase. Same thing with socks. I bought a new thing of white tube socks.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be selling socks and underwear on the internet. Somebody's going to buy them.
Somebody will buy them, yes.
But what do you charge? Like, what's the price? It's like, do you charge? I don't know. I don't know what to charge yet. But if you want my underwear or used socks, motherfuckers, it'll be available very, very soon.
You know,
people have been asking for merch.
Yeah. You don't get much closer to the source than that.
No. There's some person out there will want my used bikini briefs.
They will.
But I've been wearing bikini briefs lately. It's liberating.
Really?
I was boxer briefs all day. I want to say for 20 years, boxer briefs, right?
Really?
I've been starting wearing bikini underwear. Liberating.
Okay.
Liberating.
I have never seen a guy wear bikini brief drawers before. Like in person. I've never seen them.
Really?
Truly.
We're about to see them. So one of the things I might as well get to is I have partnered with Daniela. I'm going to be a brand ambassador for Casa Anica, modeling some outfits, talking about sex toys. And so for those of you that want to make a purchase to support me and support Daniela, you can find, where can we find all these fun products at?
CasaAnica.com.
All right. Well, what you can do is if you want to purchase sex toys from Daniela, Jason Vest approved sex toys, you can go to CasaAnica.com and use code JasonVest for free shipping. Daniela, I'm so appreciative of you coming and doing this podcast. You're one of my favorite people in the comedy scene. You're one of Melissa's favorite people in the comedy scene. I appreciate you for booking me on the show. I'm excited to work with you in the future and make content for you and see your business grow and see your comedy career grow and all that good stuff. I really appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks for having me on here. You're one of my favorite people too. And like, I'm so glad Tina introduced us, man.
I know, man. And it's like, you meet people and it's like, Tina and I are like-minded. Melissa and I, we're all like-minded. Then introduced, she's like, I got somebody you got to meet, and it's cool. And it's hard to, when you're doing comedy, it's hard to like meet people and have a friendship that's not about stand-up comedy.
Right.
And that's what I like about you is that we can rap about stuff and it doesn't really have to be about stand-up comedy because it's not the only thing I do. It's not the only thing you got going on.
Right.
And it's just one of the things that we like to do. It's not our whole life. And I like that about you, that you're honest about it, because you can get buried in this shit. You know what I mean? You can get buried in the hustle bustle or stand-up comedy. So it's refreshing to meet someone that it's just not. It's got to be everything, you know? That's just the way it is, man.
Diversify your interest.
Diversify your interest. Guys, if you're selling feet pics on OnlyFans or serving the United States military, I still love you all the same. From my house to yours, I thank you for your service.